Hi everyone, I'm Shweta and a warm welcome to you all to our Advent Calendar series. My topic for today is an interesting one. It is about Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer service. So let's dive right into it. So the whole objective or the agenda behind integrating Copilot within Dynamics customer service is to improve the productivity of the customer service agents, is to provide them a real-time AI assistance, to automate the time-consuming tasks, and also allow them to handle the cases efficiently and resolve them fast. So that is the whole objective behind integrating Copilot within Dynamics customer service. And now let's see how that is done by going through the feature list. So basically, Copilot within customer service allows the agents to respond to the questions. So they have a help pane, and in that you have a tab which lets you ask questions to Copilot, which actually refers to your knowledge base and other web sources, and then provides you a response. So it saves a lot of time over there. It also helps you to draft an email or a chat response in case of an omni-channel conversation. It also allows you to set the tone, adjust the length, or also translate the content. That's also a very interesting feature. And thirdly, it provides you a summary of the case wherein you get to configure which fields the Copilot should consider to provide you a summary, as well as that of a conversation in case of an omni-channel for customer service application. So these are the three higher level features or the facilities that a Copilot within Dynamics 365 customer service provides to the agents, overall helping to improve the productivity. So before we dive into a demo, let me quickly explain you the prerequisites. Now, the first prerequisite is moving data across region consent. So this has to be given for using Copilot in any of the applications on Power Platform. And this is set by default for US, Australia, India, UK, and Europe. But for other regions, it has to be set manually by the system admin at the tenant level. So once this consent is set, then you are ready to use Copilot within your Dynamics application. The next requirement is that of a license requirement. So you have to have an enterprise level license for your customer service application, and then you will be able to use this feature. Okay, so that was the initial prerequisites and introduction. Now let me quickly dive into the demo. I'm in my customer service hub application and I'm at cases. And you can see over here, I can see a Copilot icon. So I will try to explain you all the features that I spoke about, and then we will go to the customer service admin center to help us understand how do we actually enable these. So let me open this Copilot pane. And as I said, right, there are two options available for you. One is ask a question and the other one is write an email. Now, ask a question is currently not enabled for me. It takes about, I think, 24 to 48 hours for this particular feature to be enabled. So I just initialized my trial instance a couple of hours back, so it's not yet enabled. But here you can see how to ask questions and the different ways in which you can ask the question so that the Copilot is able to respond. And what this ask a question feature uses in the background to respond to you is your knowledge base articles as well as different web sources that you have configured in the admin center. And the next important feature is about write an email. So let's just take a look at it, how it works. For this, as soon as you open an email conversation, for example, let me open an email from Enrico. As soon as I open this email conversation, automatically when I open this particular pane, I will have this write an email tab open for me, asking me what kind of email I want to write. Yeah, for example, let me close this pane and try to open another email. And you can see that this pane is automatically opened when I open an email. Yeah, and here it asks you what kind of email do you want to write. So empathize with feedback, suggest a call, request more information. I can also refresh this to see if the list gets modified based on the content, or I can also describe what I want. For example, here I'm sending out a reminder. So if I want to say, so basically I'd already sent a reminder email, and when I asked for the same, it has drafted almost the same email back. And if I just scroll down, I have options to edit it in this window itself. I can edit it here. I also have options to adjust it in terms of length, like short, medium, or long, and also the tone, professional, casual, or formal. So this is very interesting and provides you a lot of flexibility. Also, the translate option is very interesting. Also lets you translate the content based on the languages that are configured for your organization. Yeah, so for example, if I try to translate it in German, I get the email completely translated. This is very interesting. At the end, it does say the sources. So it may be based on the public web information that AI was previously trained on. Yeah, so you are free to whether accept this suggestion or modify it as per your requirement. So this was about drafting an email, and the other interesting feature was about summary. So you can see that as soon as I open a case, I have this summary ready for me. I can also regenerate it. So the summary basically gets regenerated based upon the activity that's happening on your case and also the values that are getting updated. And you have the flexibility to configure which fields are to be considered. So you can see that it's creating a detailed summary about the issue that the customer reported. And then Enrico was the customer service agent who was looking into this. And once that was done, then the last communication was asking for a reminder to provide additional updates. So a very good summary, I would say. And in addition to that, we also have an option to translate the summary. So this is also very interesting. If you have a multi-language application, then this works when you have people working from different countries. In addition to summaries, we have highlights. So highlights basically now for highlights to be enabled for your application, you have to have enough activity in your timeline. So basically highlights are coming from all the activities that are happening in your timeline. It's a summary of your timeline. Basically the major important parts that have happened in your timeline are covered over here. If you don't have enough activities, you'll not be able to see this information present. You can then you also have an option to copy this or even regenerate it based upon the recent activities that have occurred. Yeah, so these are some of the features that I discussed about of Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer service, about timeline highlights, about case summary, about asking a question, and about drafting an email. In addition to that, we also have features for omni-channel, which could be covered in a separate session. Now let me move to Admin Center to show you how these features are configured. So I'm right now in Customer Service Admin Center, and I'm in Agent Experience, and I've come to Productivity, since all these features are related to the productivity of the customer service agents. And here I have different options, and the highlighted ones, AI Copilot, are the ones which are related to Copilot in Dynamics. Now, the first option is about Copilot for questions and for emails. So we can manage this. And here you can see that ask a question. So that tab also can be enabled or disabled based upon your requirement. And then you have also very interesting preview feature for suggesting a response. You get suggested responses, but this is for chat, so mainly used by omni-channel. And then you have a help pane, which is for drafting an email. So you can also enable or disable this. So for now, I have enabled all of it. Once this is enabled, below this, you also have agent access. So this is also something very interesting and provides you a lot of flexibility. So it helps you define which agent profiles will have access. So for example, if I click on this agent experience profile, there are some default profiles that are available. Now you can't edit them. Let me quickly open one of them. So here basically these are default profiles, so the users get added to them automatically. You can create your own profiles based upon your requirements and define which roles these profiles should have, so that once those roles are assigned, these users will be assigned to this profile. And then if I scroll down, I have a section for Copilot AI features. So here I can basically define what uh, Copilot features a particular profile will see. So I get to control that as well by using this experience profiles. So this is something interesting. In addition to this, we have knowledge sources that we can define. So currently I don't have much knowledge articles in my knowledge base, so it's showing 0 over here. And in addition to knowledge base, you can also configure some web pages. So web searches are powered by Bing, and here I have configured some of the web pages for coffee websites that I wanted to cover. And so these are the knowledge sources that you are covering for Ask a Question tab. And then below that is translation. So the translate option that I was able to see is because of this, that I had enabled the translate option for the agents. Yeah, so these are the features that we have to enable to enable ask a question and write an email section. Let's move on to the summaries part now. So here we have make case summaries available to agents. So we have to enable the summaries to be able to see the summaries there. And in manage data, we can actually define which fields are to be considered when we are getting the case summary. So this is by default mapping that is there, but you're free to change these fields based upon your requirement. One more thing to highlight is email activity is considered in your case summary by default and your conversation insights. So these are covered by defaults. The others are up to you to decide. And then you can also skip some email addresses that you want to exclude, that you don't want the conversations from these emails, you don't want to appear them in the summary. You're also free to add that. So this is the part which covers the case summary. In addition to that, we have translations. So we were also able to translate our summaries, and translation is the section which lets you do that. So these are the admin level features that you need to enable to actually enable those Copilot features that we just discussed. So that is it for today. I hope you find this session interesting and helpful. If you have any feedback, please do share it with us in our comments. Thanks a lot for joining in. Have a good day.